have recently started selling on Snapdeal, on Flipkart, on Myntra, and all that stuff. And soon I'll be launching my website, and the expansion plan as Karan talked about. So right now we look forward to expand through the wholesale market. And as people would be saying right now that Rauf has gone crazy as he's talking about the wholesale purchasing at this moment of time during the COVID scenario. But let me tell you guys, still the wholesale market is usually a open market, and usually a open market people are ready to buy products, but you need to target the correct customers. That is what the point is. You need to have the correct customers on board, and your business can have a decent running. So I have been doing business on Amazon from the past 1 odd year, and I have about done about uh, approximately about 185 to 200 orders. And I have also, Karan's favorite part, I have also spent a lot on it, on the paid advertising thing. So I've spent about 15,000 rupees on the paid advertising thing. And the ROI that I got was, for in the initial in the quarter one initial phase, I got a ROI of about 30%. So in the
Wow.
initial phase, because the reason for that would be, many people would be saying that maybe Roth is just joking, but let me tell you, the reason for that was that I didn't suddenly pour in all the money. I poured in the money with small budgets. So initially, one of the shocking things for me was that uh, my brand, most of the selling on my brand was happening around the time of 2 a.m. in the night. That was one of the shocking part for me. And still I have been getting orders. So this is a short and crisp introduction about me.
Amazing, amazing. So thank you so much, Rauf. I think we have 19 people right now. That's crazy. Thank you so much, everyone, for
Brilliant,
joining in.
brilliant.
We are so grateful. I think
Firstly,
for some reason,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, continue,
good,
continue.
good.
Yeah.
For some reason, the
No,
StreamYard is not showing questions, and I
yeah,
think, but we will see the questions from the Facebook live stream on our phone, and we would
yeah.
then tackle the questions. All right. So, yeah, Rauf, you were saying something.
So I was adding one more thing, that firstly, thank you so much, guys, for coming in and pouring the love of being live with us here today. And we know that today is a Sunday, so that is why we shifted the session at this point of time. And today the IPL is also going on, so we all are fans of IPL. So thank you so much. Just to thank.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So, Rauf, there's a question which we have from Amit.
Yeah.
Amit asks how much returns you see on Amazon. Like if someone
Uh,
goes today and invests something on Amazon, so how much returns they can expect?
Returns on the basis of products, is he
Yeah,
yeah, okay. So Amit, right, because
Amit.
I cannot see the name. Okay, so Amit,
Yeah,
let me tell you, even though if you're a gold seller, that has been my personal experience. I'm not a gold seller, to be really honest. I'm a bronze seller at this moment of time. But still you will be getting a return rate of 12 to 14% on Amazon still. Even doesn't matter if you're a gold seller, because I have heard this particular thing sitting on a table with a gold seller just before the COVID period. Because usually what happens is, when you're doing business on Amazon conducts different sessions for new sellers. And at that point of time, I was not a new seller, but I was in the initial phase of selling on Amazon. So I was in the first 6 months batch kind of a thing. So I sat with a gold seller, and she told me that doesn't matter if you are a gold seller, still you would be having a return rate of 12 to 14%. And let me add on one more thing. The worst part in it is that, let's say that Karan is my customer. He orders the thing and he has left it. And after some time he thinks that, yaar, ye cheez mujhe chahiye nahi. Then he cancels the order. And till that time, in my scenario, what happens is that Karan knows that I have a manufacturing unit, and the people who don't know that I have a manufacturing unit. So I have a team. So what happens is, the moment I get an order, I straight away send the particular thing, the label that usually we see on an Amazon package, to my team, right, through the email. So they just take a printout, and they just, as soon as possible we get the order, we have to get the order ready in the time span of 48 hours, because that is the specific time limit that we get. So we have to pack the product, and let's say if I'm not packing the product on the same day, and I also pack the product on the next day, just before the person who will be arriving to pick up the products, there should be no surprise for you, but orders get cancelled even though before 2 hours before the pickup. That is the worst part. That is the worst part. And once the order gets cancelled, so what is the resources that you wasted? Number one, your time. Number two, the things that went behind the product. Number three, the packaging material. So these are the three, four things that you waste. So according to my experience, the return rate is about 12 to 14%.
Great, great. Amazing. So, Rauf, we have a question from Ishank Suryavanshi. He asks,
Okay.
do you do Indian e-commerce, Rauf, and what all products do you sell?
Sorry.
So, do you do Indian e-commerce, and what products do you sell?
Indian e-commerce.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, I'm into the women apparel thing, and one second. Mm, where it went? Where it went? Yeah. Sorry, I didn't get the question. Hello.
What all products do you sell?
Okay, so I'm basically into the women apparel thing, and right now I'm doing the core thing with Amazon, and recently I've shifted to other platforms.
Hmm.
And
All right.
in women apparel, if I basically talk, so that would be basically the uh, basically in women apparels, if I talk, I coldly focus on not basic kurtis, but things with a little western touch, or fusion of western and Indian touch. So basically I'm into embroidered products. Moreover, I have recently shifted my focus onto embroidered products. So usually one of the things that I recently faced from the customers who can directly mail to any seller who is selling on any of the platforms. So one of the questions was, one of the customers asked me that why your rate is so high. So in regards to my product, the rate is high because all the work that is done is coldly done firstly on the machine, and the things that are used in it are kind of a little expensive. So if someone wants a 1500 product in 900, so I should die. Simple as that. So that is not practically possible. So Indian e-commerce, if Ishan, I think Ishan asked this question, right?
Shank,
Ishan.
Ishank, yeah.
Yeah. So Indian e-commerce, Ishank, I would say I am not coldly into Indian e-commerce, but right now I'm focusing more on the marketplaces. And one of the reasons for it was that I initially planned to explore the marketplaces and understand the customer taste. Because if I should have directly done the business on my website, firstly initially to get traction on that website would have been difficult. Second point would be that once if I have explored the marketplaces, the experience, I would be having a little experience that what are the defaults in my product, what are the benefits that I'm giving to the people. So this is one of the things.
Hmm.
So I would say that I'm not right now, at least right now, I'm not coldly into Indian e-commerce. And I want to clear one more point, Karan. Many people, even though in DMP and generally people understand that I'm into dropshipping and POD. So hands down, I'm not into both of them. I'm not into both of them. I need to clear
when you
that
have
point
your
because,
own when you have your
yeah,
own brand, then you don't need drop shipping or POD, because you have your own brand and you have the ability to sell from your own brand, then you don't need
yeah,
drop shipping basically.
yeah, exactly. Because the thing is that many people, as I say that usually on my profiles and everywhere it is written that I'm the founder of Palashkati India, and it is a apparel brand. So mostly people understand that I'm a POD guy or a dropshipping guy. So they contact me for that can you give us products for drop shipping, or can you give us products for POD, or how you get products for POD. So I'm not a POD or a drop shipping
Hmm.
guy. I'm a simple, manufacturing entrepreneur, you can say. I have my things in house. I create products, I sell products. Simple process. I do not make it complicated, too much complicated. So this is it.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thanks, bhai. I think this is a great answer.
Yeah.
And I think Amit has a question as a follow-up question.
Yeah.
कि अपन जो Amazon FBA करते हैं ना, bro. I mean, जो
Right.
because you are also doing FBA, right? You are being
Yeah.
fulfilled by Amazon.
Yes, yes, yes.
So do we get the same returns there as well? अगर Amazon fulfill कर रहा है तो same returns आते हैं
Amit,
12 से 14%.
yeah, Amit, honestly, I have recently, not recently, but I would say it has been around 1 month that I have, enrolled myself into the FBA program. So what usually happens is that FBA doesn't mean that, there would be no returns or there would be less returns. FBA is simply a process in which you, let's say, you give 100 products to Amazon, and they are keeping it in their inventory, and one of the hassle that you cut is that the Amazon people will be packing the product and they would be delivering it ahead to the final customer. So it's just the inventory that you are placing it there. People will still return the order on useless excuses that it's too small, it's too large, or depending on the product. I'm talking in sense of my product. So depending on the product, that they will cancel the things on very useless claims. And secondly, a lot of times this has happened with me. People place the order, the person picks up from me or picks up from the FBA center. He goes to the final customer and he says that I didn't order. Now what? So at that time there are two three things that happens. Firstly, there is a mismatch in our inventory. Secondly, the return cost, even though we don't have to bear any kind of cost in this scenario, but we have one less product to sell. Third, that the packaging material that the Amazon people have packed or we have packed is wasted. Fourth, any included resource is wasted. So this is one of the things that usually happens.
Amazing. So, Rauf, I think Amit's next question is, um, while you have your own store, so do you get an account manager or any prerequisite to get an account manager कि जो भी आपका account manage करता है
Yeah.
आपसे बातें करता रहता है regularly?
Okay. So Amit, on the outside factor, you can have an account manager. Usually, what happens is that initially, when you are a new seller, Amazon people tell they have a specific team. They tell to the specific team that this is a new account, so you need to contact this XYZ seller. So initially, they contacted me, even though right now I am managing my account, and it is only because of the reason that I want to have some practical exposure, and soon I will also be transferring the thing to the account manager thing. So they will assign an account manager. Even, to be really honest, I don't know the inside process that they take a fee or not, but they Amazon people can assign you a account manager. So they will completely look after your account. They will look after your account health. They will look after your orders. They will look after uploading the products, and all the things they will be looking after.
Great. So I think
Yeah.
Rauf, his one question was कि is there any eligibility criteria to have an account manager, or every seller on Amazon has an account manager?
Sorry.
मतलब कि everyone on Amazon who is selling right now, everyone gets an account manager. Yeah, there's a criteria कि ये only these guys can have an account manager.
I didn't get you.
I'm audible, right?
Sorry. Hello.
I'm audible. I'm audible.
Yes,
I'm audible.
yes.
Okay.
Your
So,
question, was about some account manager or something. I didn't get you. In
correct.
between the words
So
got cancelled.
Amit is asking that everyone on Amazon gets an account manager, or is
Yeah.
there's a criteria कि इसी बंदे को Amazon account manager मिल सकता है?
No. There is no criteria. If you are a new seller, Amazon people will tell the specific team and they will contact you. There is no criteria. You can have an account manager, and as I said, honestly, I don't have any idea if they charge or there's something. And I'm also not very sure if it's their internal team or external team. But as far as I am not very sure, as I said, but it would be an external team, because Amazon is not a small brand, so it would be an external team. So account manager thing is there. If you have initially your account, you can easily have an account manager for yourself.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a question from Ishank Suryavanshi. Ishank
Okay.
asks, do you have your own manufacturing unit for women apparels, and do you also sell using Shopify?
Why don't you answer this question? Karan, Karan, why
Of
don't
course,
you?
Ishank.
Yeah.
I'm very, very. I was very, very honored to visit the manufacturing facility of Palashkriti, and it's a big, gigantic facility where a quality is produced. All right, we have met people, great people who are building great products there, and so we I met the team, and they all are doing great jobs. So there's a manufacturing unit for the apparels, and of course. Rauf also has plans to sell using Shopify primarily in future, and he also has his own Shopify store with palashkriti.com, right?
Yeah. Right. Right.
Palashkriti.com being the
Right.
domain name.
Yeah.
So right now, I think it's not much active, but Rauf is working on it to make it active and make it a primary channel for his to sell his clothing via e-commerce in future. So that's what Rauf is focusing on, and I think it's not. And Shopify is a global platform. Anyone from anywhere in the world can come and transact, and Rauf can then ship the product to him anywhere in the world. Right, Rauf?
So yeah, thank you so much, Karan, for the great words. Uh, so Ishang, I would also add one more point, that initially I tried to sell on Shopify, but the reason that I closed was that, once I was selling on Shopify, so what happens is that you need to have a plan for Shopify. So it's about $29. So I think in Indian currency it would be about 2,500 rupees. So initially, when I was doing things on Shopify, and monthly the amount was deducted from my XYZ card. So what was happening was that initially I was not able to focus on some core thing. So at that point of time, after a certain time, I closed my Shopify store, and then I solely focused on Amazon. And then recently, as I told that recently I've shifted to the omni channel purpose. Right now I have recently opened my store on Snapdeal, and in the future I plan to open it on Agio, Tata Click, and all the other marketplaces. So maybe in the next 3 months you can see me on 10 plus platforms, including my website.
That's
Including my
great.
website.
That's great. That's great. Because a lot of people from the rural, area in the country also might visit these
Yeah.
platforms and order something, right?
Yeah.
And they order on cash delivery or something, and they also like to
Right.
wear stuff. So that's what you have a lot of market to cover and
Right. Right.
prosper. All right. So we have a question from Aman Patel. Okay. Aman asks,
Yeah.
do sellers on Amazon look for other people to run their ads? I mean, Amazon seller ke jo hain, do they outsource the Amazon ads to other agencies or other freelancers to take care of it, or they
Okay.
themselves can do it?
Okay, so honestly, Aman, I'm not very sure about that. They do are they doing this or not? Because I have not, closely got connected with too many sellers. And second point would be, as far as I am concerned, or as far as I know, maybe the person who is handling the account thing. Because particularly when you give the account, I think the person who asked the question about the account thing, that you get a account manager or something. So maybe he can run ads on your behalf. That is what the thing
Hmm.
is, that he can run ads on your behalf. But then the factors, like you need to have that trust factor in place, because it's about all about money that you are investing in that particular thing. So initially what is right now happening is that initially right now I only run ads for my store, and maybe in the future I would be doing it with someone else. But this is one of the things that once, because it's the person who is getting the account is an account manager, so everything comes in that account manager thing. It would be ads, it would be uploading the products, it would be removing the defaults that are there, or it would be about the things that you are getting benefit, they need to check and they need to give you a report kind of thing. So I think the account manager thing is handled by the ads thing is handled by that account manager person if you are giving your account to that XYZ person.
Correct. Amazing, amazing. That's great answer of.
Yeah.
And I think Aman has a follow-up question that when we opt for FBA, FBA, do
Right.
they return back every product to the sellers if the orders were not picked up by the customers?
After a certain time they if you, let's say, because I'm into the clothing thing, so recently what I did was that I have got about my 40 products right now are in the FBA center. So usually they don't take more than 100 products as far as I know in the clothing section. So they don't take above 100 products, and the kg thing above 15 kg they don't take anything in the FBA center. So
Mm.
they take products in these small clusters. It can be any product. So after a certain time there is a strict time limit in their FB center where you can keep the products, and after a certain time they can return if the products are not selling. So after a certain time it can happen.
Great, great.
Yeah.
And I think there's a question from Gaurav. Gaurav Madan, not Madan actually,
Yeah, yeah,
Madan.
actually मेरे को लगा यार ये कैसे होगा. हाँ.
So Gaurav is asking, do they charge you for Amazon FBA services? Does Amazon charge you extra for
No,
FBA?
no. Right now, as far till this point, there is no charges of the FBA thing, but there is
Hmm.
a strict procedure that you need to follow. What was the name? Gaurav, right?
Gaurav, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there is a strict procedure that you need to follow, Gaurav. So what happens is that if you are giving any product to the Amazon person who would be coming to pick your shipment, that particular FBA shipment, so you need to have a stock transfer note, or kind of a delivery challan. You need to have the delivery challan created with yourself, and there should be 4 copies of it. One should be inside the package which you are giving, one should be pasted outside the package, one should be with yourself, and one you should give to the person who is picking up the product. It's for it's for the security purposes. It's for the security purposes that this is a kind of a protocol that you need to do. And also one more thing that you need to do is that one day prior to the FBA thing, one day prior to the your pickup time, you need to mail that delivery challan to the Amazon concerned email that they are sending you. And there are certain protocols like there should be no loose packaging, there should be strict implementation of laws on that particular packaging that you are giving, and so on. So there are many things which goes on when you are having giving a FBA shipment to the person.
Great.
Yeah.
So Ishank says, good to know you about Rauf. I never knew you were into apparel business.
Thank you so much, Ishan. Thank you so much.
Great.
Glad
So
glad
this
that you got to know about me.
amazing, amazing. So
Yeah.
before we move on to further questions, Rauf, I think there are a lot of people who have a doubt that, or have a question: how much does Amazon charge? How much does Amazon charge on each transaction to you? How much percentage does Amazon take away from you, and how much profit you keep? So
Okay.
how much Amazon charges to you?
Okay. So on this current, let me give you a live example. Right. Let me
Yeah,
give you a live
cool.
example.
Sure,
Just
sure.
just now I got an order.
So we are getting orders on live, man. Imagine that.
Just now I got an order. I can show. I can show if I can.
हाँ
Just
थोड़ा
now
थोड़ा
I got
इधर
an
हाँ
order. Yeah.
हाँ, थोड़ा बीच में हाँ थोड़ा इधर
इधर इधर
थोड़ा इधर थोड़ा
इधर
उल्टा साइड हो
इधर
थोड़ा ऊपर ऊपर कीप इट अप नाउ थोड़ा इस
इधर
तरफ आओ बीच में
इधर.
कैमरे के साइड
हाँ, हाँ,
हाँ और आते जाओ
हाँ.
और
This is.
और और
हाँ.
और हाँ yeah ship
This
now
is the order.
see
Yeah. Yeah.
so that's how you get
Yeah.
orders man so
Yeah.
yeah Rauf,
So
how much percentage.
let me give you a live example. So usually what happens is that in this scenario, right now there's a embroidered tunic order that I have got. Right. There's an embroidered tunic top that I've got, and it's for about 1665 rupees. The buyer price is 1665, and the tax INR, the tax that is cut on is 83 rupees, 83.29, and shipping INR is different from the tax INR. So that is 28.57. Shipping tax is different, 1.43, and Amazon fees is different, that is 415. So my earnings in this would be 1363 rupees,
Got it,
right?
got it. So
Right?
got it, got it.
Yeah.
So it means ki Amazon took 415 rupees
Yeah,
on this
415
thing.
rupees. Yeah, 415 rupees. And
Got it.
now
So
to just to conclude this thing, I would say that always have your pricing on the marketplaces. If you are having your own website, that is a different scenario altogether. But if you are having your prices on these marketplaces, always make sure that you keep your prices after knowing all their charges. Because
hmm,
initially it happened with me, not too much, but initially it happened with me that I got 0 rupees. I got 0 rupees. Honestly, it happened. It has happened with me. But it happened initially when I was very completely a newbie on the platform, on the Amazon platform. So always figure out all the shipping charges and all that stuff, because what Amazon does is that it has a interstate charge. Like in Rajasthan they would be charging me different, outside Rajasthan they would be, in Karnataka they would be charging me different, and beside that they would be charging me different. So they have a lot of fees, so you should firstly go through all those fees in a very detailed way. In a very
correct,
detailed way you
correct.
should go into those, because if you are just randomly putting up your prices and you think that you will get orders, so if you are even getting 100 orders, so there would be no kind of a profit that you will be getting. Even though
Correct, correct.
my profit cycle in this scenario is a little up from the previous time I was doing business, from the first quarter, I mean to say, in the first 6 months, uh, it was different, and today it is different in the
Got
next
it,
6 months. So in this
got it.
in the next 6 months is different. So initially, always I'm repeating it again, that always look all the shipping things, all the shipping charges, because there would be GST, there would be shipping charge, there would be shipping tax, there would be numerous number of charges. So you won't be able to earn, if you, let's say, if you keep 99 rupees, so Amazon would also not be able to take out their price from it. So on those 99 rupees, they would be taking about 65 rupees from you. 65
Oh
rupees
my.
from you. Yeah. So if you are into it, for if you are going into it to earn 25 rupees, you are most welcome. You can do that. You know, so you can do that. But I would say that just don't do this, and always look after the pricing structure that the XYZ marketplace is providing.
Hmm.
And Karan, there is one
Okay.
more thing that I would like to share, like to
Sure, sure.
include in this, that specifically for the DMP people, I've created a PPT for Amazon,
Hmm.
so I
Wow.
can right now just have give you a glimpse of it through my
Sure,
phone only, and then afterwards we can just share it if people wants to know about it.
sure, sure, sure.
So I think here is a Amazon, PPT.
हाँ, थोड़ा बीच में
Amazon
हाँ
seller,
बस सही है
yeah,
सही है करेक्ट करेक्ट
Amazon
या
seller
राइट राइट
session
यस
DMP. Yeah.
यस यस
So
यस
it
वी
is,
कैन सी इट
yeah. So it is exclusively for the DMP people, and it is exclusive.
अमेजिंग
In this, I have covered most of the points, and if there is any other thing that uh, if if there is any other thing that people want to know, they can just DM me, or they can just ask it in the
sure
group.
sure so what we
So
do is later off I think have you have in Google Slides right so we'll just drop a link guys for
yeah,
this and so then you can just go ahead and then take this PPT and learn from Rauf's experiences on running a business on Amazon. So we do
so
that. We drop a link after this live session.
initially what I've done in this is that I've covered from the requirements to become an Amazon seller to pricing policy, page link, and all that links. So you need not to just waste your time in searching for all those links. For all those
Great,
links,
amazing,
I've also mentioned all the links in it. Yeah,
amazing, amazing, amazing. So Rauf,
yeah,
there's a question from Sumit Kumar. Sumit asks,
yeah.
where to find quality products at lower cost.
Mm. I'm not very sure about it, because because if you're firstly, you need to have a top notch quality in regards, if you're selling on marketplaces. That is the number one
Mm.
thing. Never compromise on the quality, number one point, because if you're compromising on the quality, you will be blacklisted. And I have personally seen sellers, and one of the strict rule of marketplaces is that if you have, being banned one time by any specific brand name or something, you can't sell for the lifetime on that platform. And Amazon has that rule in their policies. So if, and to add on to this, if you are looking forward to searching for low pricing quality products, so these two don't match, honestly. These two, don't come together. It's the same way that, Karan says that, sorry, some customer says to Karan that, we want a ROI of 10,000, but our budget is 450 rupees. So it's the same way. So it doesn't it doesn't go like this. So
Great.
but still, taking the joke side aside, you can still look in the local markets. So
And
so in
and if
Jaipur,
you
yeah. So in Jaipur,
correct.
there are a few markets in Jaipur, like Zori Bazaar is one of them, and there are two three markets where you can get good products. But then again, you need to have that pricing. जिसे हम अगर देसी भाषा में कहें तो you need to have that pricing banter with the person who is selling it, because he would not be selling you on the first attempt that हाँ ठीक है आप 100 रुपए में ये 100 प्रोडक्ट ले जाओ. So he's not selling it in 1 rupee. So you need to have that pricing banter with the person whom you are dealing with. So you can obviously look for local markets, Sumit, and maybe you can get something there. Yeah.
And if you love China, then import it from China. Bring it. Then if you know Alibaba,
Yeah.
AliExpress, then import goods from there and raise your prices and market your own brand in it, and then sell it in India. That's but I would prefer you have go to Indian markets and then pick up products from there, or get some traders in between, and then let them know to source the products to you, or get some wholesalers, and integrate your stuff with them, coordinate with them, and then get the products and then
One.
sell it on a.
Yeah. Yeah. You can just complete it. Then I'll just say one more point.
I'm done.
Okay, so Sumit, one more thing that you can do is that if you are looking for, as you said, that you need to have a decent quality and low pricing products. So one of the things that you can do is you can look for the stock lot brokers. This is one of the very intensified and one of the hidden businesses in at least my industry. Usually what they do is that they purchase a product in 90 rupees and they sell in the market in 499 or 599 or even 1000 rupees. So you can look
Correct.
for, you can just look for this term on Google: stock lot brokers, clothing stock
Hmm.
lot brokers. So you can find a lot of them. And in fact, you can also contact the agency people, because there are a
Correct.
lot of stock lot broker agencies which you can coordinate with, and they will get you to people who are selling these products in, let's say, 120 rupees. And honestly, I'm not saying that you cannot get products in 100 or 120 rupees. You can still get, but you need to have that correct person with you who can help you to find out these kind of stock lot brokers. Yeah.
Amazing. So I think great. I think Sumit, now I hope you have got answer to your questions, and I think that makes clear sense on how to source products. It's not a rocket science. You just need to find the right people, connect with them, and find the right price, negotiate, and then go ahead and mark up your pricing and sell it on Amazon. So Rauf, Shank has a question. Do you run Amazon ads?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have till
Okay.
now I have spent about 15,000 rupees, and initially, as I told, that I have got a ROI about ROI of about 25 to 30%. And the reason,
Hmm.
let me tell you the reason, because I am right now sitting with a Facebook marketer, so he would question my thing. So let me tell you this, that the ROI is just because that I initially poured in budgets in specific time frames, and initially I got results. I'm not saying that you would get results, but initially that was something that worked for me. So as I told that, as I said, sorry, as I said that I got orders, in the night, at 2 a.m., at 1 a.m., at 4 a.m. Honestly, I'm not joking, Karan. There was a week, and I loved that week. There was a week when I was sleeping in the night and I was waking up in the morning, and there were 3 orders, 4 orders, 5 orders, 6 orders, one
Making
order.
money, making money
Yeah,
while you sleep.
yeah. Actually, this one of this is a very default rule that when you are doing something online, this is one of the things. Even though you are not making 100x profit, but at least you are earning money. This is one of the most amazing benefits that you can get. This is one of the most amazing benefits. So this is one of the things that you can that I have personally done. And again, I would say that you need to have your strategy in place for different marketplaces. Honestly, till this time I've only explored the Amazon ads, and they have worked quite well for me. I have got about uh, 47 orders from Amazon ads, 47 orders,
Wow.
and in those 47 orders, I think 5 or 7 were something kind of a return, kind of a something. So if I would say there were complete orders which I successfully completed were about 41 orders.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Got it, got it. So I think, yeah, that's a great insight, and I think Amazon ads is something they should of course explore if they want to get ahead, and if they can clearly get the ROI back from the amount they spend. So that would be a great investment for all of them. Amazing.
Okay, so Karan, there is a quick tip for people who are listening to us right now. If you're starting a clothing business, specifically if you're looking for the manufacturing thing, there is one tip that I would say. In the initial time, don't invest too much money. Initially, explore the marketplaces. Benefits:
Correct.
number one, they are free. Number two, you would be able to know the customers. Number three, you would be able to know the taste of the customers. Now, again, knowing the customers and the taste of customers are two different things. Knowing the customers is their persona, their mindset, that what they are looking for, and their taste is that what they are liking. So these two are different things. So initially start with marketplaces. I would say initially don't go hush hush into all the marketplaces. Initially pick one or two, and Amazon is one of the easiest to register with. That was the reason that I initially started with Amazon, because I didn't want that execution block to come in between my business. And many people would not know here, but I again and again say this thing, that usually what happens is that parents say that sit on my business, sit on my business. My father was that start your own startup. So that was one of the things. So that was one of the things that he said to me, and I was having that zeal to execute that thing. So initially that was the reason that I initially started with Amazon. With other platforms, the reasons is that let's say Myntra. So Myntra asks for a proper store setup, proper personalized store setup, and there are a lot of
Correct.
requirements that Myntra asks. So initially you
Hmm.
can start with Amazon, and then you can slowly go to other platforms and explore. I would say if you're initially investing directly money into a platform like Shopify, so what would happen is, no matter if you're having 50,000 rupees, so every month at least you have to give 2,500 rupees to Shopify for selling on their platform. So initially all your money would dry up. So I would say don't
Correct.
do that. Initially find out the products, or even if you're thinking of doing the manufacturing kind of thing, initially do that, explore it, understand it, and then jump onto the other thing. This is right now what I am initially doing. This is what I initially did. And right now I have certain expansion plans, even though I'm not also very sure about those expansion plans and how they will happen in the COVID time. But still, being an entrepreneur, I need to do them. Being an entrepreneur, I need to do them, because a basic rule of entrepreneurship is that just do it. So I need to do them. So let's see how it goes. But still, I'm looking forward to it.
All right. So Sumit has one more question, which he
Yeah.
says, what is the how what is the best niche for a beginner on Amazon? What do you think? Like, if a beginner has to come on Amazon, what
Okay.
is the best niche they can get into?
Okay, so initially, Sumit, you can start with things like which are low at cost, like mobile covers, or basic things like mobile covers, or you can locally purchase handicraft products from the market, and you can sell them. But for that, you need to have the memorandum of understanding letter given to Amazon and the brand if you are dealing with any XYZ brand. For that, you need to have that. You just can't sell any brand. Let's say if you are purchasing Philips any product, and you are selling directly on Amazon, so you would be blacklisted firstly. So you need to have that memorandum of understanding letter. And initially, as I said, that as a beginner, you can look forward to selling mobile covers, or you can look forward to handicraft products and all. And other products that would be low at cost would be like basic things like child toys, or other things. Because initially, if you are looking to start on Amazon and have that experience, you will at least have that mindset that how things are working in your XYZ product thing. But for that, let me tell you one thing. If you are selling any product, one of the core tips that I give to not I would say tip, but one of the core things that I tell to everyone is that if you are selling any product, be it a mobile cover, so always you should understand that product first, and then you should only sell it. Because you can be questioned back by Amazon, by the customer. Because once if you have been questioned back, and if you don't know the answer about it, it will be very difficult for you to sell the products ahead in time. So you need to
Mm-hmm.
understand that product. So today, honestly, if I'm selling the garment thing, so I have at least initially running a core business, I have an interest of I have an experience of about 1 year. But initially understanding the business, I have about the experience of 6 plus years. Because the reason is that Karan knows that my father is a garment exporter, and I have been to a lot of trade shows. And previous year, for the very first time, I had put up my own show, so that was a completely new experience. So I'll just share a small quick story. What happened was that my father went to me for my first ever brand, for my first ever own brand trade show. And what he did was that initially there were his certain friends who were there for the because they were also initially doing the domestic thing. So he went away, and he came to me at my stall, and he went away in the morning to have cup of tea with his friends, or to just roam around and have fun. And when I asked him that why are you doing like this, so he told me that I am here for fun, man. I'm here for fun. You are here for business, you need to do that. So I was completely shocked at that moment of time. Because initially at that moment of time, I was not having that much experience which I have today. That moment of time, I used to understand the products, but I was not able to understand the pricing factor at that time. I Even though I had an overview about them, but very deeply, I was not able to understand. So there were a lot of fears, like I would make a deal in a less budget, or I would tell someone a pricing of a product too much, and all that scare kind of I was scared at that moment of time. But somehow I was able to crack that particular thing for 3 days, and I somehow did that. So this is one of the things that you can happen. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I think that it- being in a trade shows, being the where you're interacting with a lot of people, gives you more perspective,
Right.
and that also helps you out in understanding what the market is all about, what's happening, and how you can then change your strategies and then collaborate as well, not just compete but collaborate as well.
Collaboration is one of the finest things that you can do. Collaborations is one of the finest things that you can do. Let me tell you that. Repeating it for the third time, collaboration is one of the finest things you can do.
Correct,
Because
correct.
collaborating is one of the brilliant moves that I have personally seen, even though I have not implemented for my own business regularly. But I have done that. I have done that. So this is
Mm,
this you can do. You can do this thing.
great.
Because
So
Karan,
yeah,
I
right.
would
So Rauf, I think this.
on the
Uh-huh.
collaboration part, I would just add one more point, that there was one of my customers who just came to me, and she told me that she wants the products for her brand and she would be putting the label of her own brand. So I also offer customizable products. So what she did was that initially the topmost pricing that we could tell according to her budget and according to the taste that she had was max to max 700 rupees, max to max 700 rupees. And once the product went from us, you won't be able to believe it, but the market price that she was selling for was about 4500 rupees.
Wow,
That was that was
4,500.
unbelievable. Yeah, that was
It means that
unbelievable.
is the worth of product, right?
Exactly. That is not that is firstly a worth of the product, and secondly, I did that particular project because that particular brand was having its worth in the market.
Hmm.
That particular brand was having its worth in the market, and I had a chance to get afterwards business once I had done that particular project.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing, man. That's great insights. And people, if you are enjoying this, drop in a like, drop in hearts, and I think Rolf is dropping a value bounce over here. So great, great, Rolf. I think I mean, a lot of people got a lot of value from what we had a discussion today. And what do you think um, the future of manufacturing businesses due to COVID? What do you think? What should they do? Should they come on Amazon? Should they come on Flipkart? Should they do it right now?
So initially, Karan, in this scenario, what can be done is that you need to have the correct strategy in place. So initially, as the COVID time is going on, and people would not suddenly give you orders, but I would say that initially try to convince the people whom you have worked in the past, or whom you think are a good prospect for you and they can afford to give you orders. This is one of the things that right now I am trying, and I was successfully able to convert one of them. So this is one of the things that anyone who is into this manufacturing kind of a thing, they can do, that they should either go back to the people they have worked with, or look at the prospects whom they are looking forward to work with. So right now on my
Got it.
list, there are five big prospects who have about 100 plus shops. Each one of them have 100 plus shops all over India. And many of them are rigorously doing their businesses. So, and they have not been very much affected by it, even though every business was affected, but they were not very deeply affected with it. So right now they are on my list.
Hmm.
And right now I'm in talk with them, and tell my offer to them, and have an offer of they giving me offer. I'm looking for that as well, that if they are giving me offer, how it suits me and how can I go forward with that particular thing. And manufacturing, if we coldly talk about manufacturing, because the thing is that my process is simple. I have a manufacturing unit. I create products, I sell products on online marketplaces, and soon on my website as well. But if we specifically talk about the manufacturing term, in manufacturing what happens is that the quantities are not small. So you can't just blindly sell the products on the online marketplaces. And because quantities right now, we are dealing with a quantity of about 3 lakh pieces right now at this moment of
Wow.
time. And so that quantity is not small. So it's the 3 lakh pieces that I told was, we need to complete that thing, and we need to deliver that particular project to the person who is
Correct.
the concerned person. So in manufacturing cold, you can't just because you won't be waiting for selling of your each product. maximum at a single time a buyer would be buying, because it has happened with me a lot of time. What happens is that a single buyer buys three products of the same size a lot of times, but you won't be waiting for those lakh pieces to sell कि हाँ चलो आज दो बिक गए, चलो आज तीन बिक गए, चलो पांच हो गए, तो अब ये हो गए 99,097 प्रोडक्ट्स अभी बचे हैं तो ये बेच देंगे. So you can't do that thing. You need to have that strategy in place. So in this scenario, what you can do is, if you're a manufacturing unit and if you are having that particular issue with it, you can, as I also mentioned it earlier, you can contact the agency owners. You can contact the agency owners who are related to the clothing section, so they can get you prominent buyers who are ready to buy your products. You can
Got
do
it.
that.
Got it.
So that is one of the things that can be done. And one of the things is that initially there are other strategies as well, but again it depends on what kind of manufacturing it is. Because if I talk in my scenario, once my clothing business was shut for a good amount of time, so the moment it opened, what I did was I got about 2000 masks. I got
Wow.
about 2000 masks. I got made about 2000 masks in five different prints. And it won't you won't be able to kind of believe it, and people also may not believe it, but the thing is that in today's time, I have my products in each state of India. So right now my brand products are in 29 states of India.
Wow.
And that is because of the marketplace thing. Because about a week or two, about 2 weeks back, I was just looking into my dashboard thing. So that was one of the shocking thing for me as well. So this is one of the one another benefit of marketplaces, that you can have distribute your products in this kind of this kind of a matter, that you won't be able to do if you are specifically having a new brand for yourself initially, in terms of your website or something, any other platform or something. So this is one of the things that that can be done. Because I got those 2000 masks, and today in my inventory, in those 2000 masks, those 2000 are sold, and right now, yeah, about 2500 are in making.
Wow.
So
And either way, I've also consumed the amazing masks which Rauf has given,
yeah,
and they are
yeah.
they are of super quality. I enjoyed them, and they definitely take care of yourself. Take care of
I
you.
am I am not very sure if you consume them, because even though I had given it to you, but I'm not very sure if you
I've
consumed them
done,
or
I've
not.
done that. Everything, every one of them is completed.
Okay, okay. So should I send you more masks then?
Yeah, man, we need more.
So I'll just, so right now, as I'm into the home quarantine thing, so I'll just drop off a package of masks outside your, I can just,
Sure.
I can just showcase these things. I always keep this bundle in my bag. I
थोड़ा बीच में
always,
रहा.
yeah, I always keep this bundle in my bag.
So
because
these are the
because
masks which are made by Rauf's facility.
because
And,
because who I am a salesman. I always sell. अगर कोई भी मांगेगा तो निकाल के देंगे. So this is something. So these are about 40 masks which I contain always in my bag. No matter if I am at home, because they can be used at my home, and also if I'm somewhere. So I have a habit of containing my bag with myself since the time I've started making masks. So मैं वो salesman बन जाता हूँ कि मास्क ले लो, मास्क ले लो. वो अगर कुछ होता है ना इस तरीके का कि भाई मास्क ले लो, मास्क ले लो. So this kind of a thing is, this is one of the things that I did. So why I included this point was that I was able to switch my business for a certain period of time. This was the point I was trying to. I was not, honestly, I was not promoting my masks. I was
Mhm.
not promoting my masks. So I was able to switch, because the thing was that I had those prints in house with me. So
Correct.
in a day, I was able to create 250 masks in a single day. In a single day, I
Mm.
was able to create 250 masks. So 2000 masks would have been completed in 5 to 7 days. So I was able to switch that particular thing for a certain period of time. So as you asked about the manufacturing thing, it depends on what kind of manufacturing it is. So these are some of the points which I have personally executed. That is why I was able to tell to you about this thing. Yeah.
Hmm. Amazing, amazing. I think, Rauf, I think your insights have helped a lot of people today. And firstly, I think we are coming to an end, but thank you so much. Do you have any last words for this session? And how did you enjoy it? Did you
Uh,
enjoy the questions? What do you think about it?
Firstly, it was a great experience for me to be here on this platform. And as current, in the initial, in the starting, he mentioned that we both are, childhood friends, and we have, drastically seen both of our growth. So it was a great thing to be on this DMP live session. And it was, I don't have kind of any lamba chauda kind of a ending speech मैंने वो तैयार नहीं की थी. So I don't have that kind of thing, but honestly speaking, I really enjoyed it. And maybe after some time we can have one more live session, because I think many people were not able to join in today at this point of time because of the Sunday thing and the IPL fever going on.
Mm.
So we can, and I think this would be available on DMP, so they can just
Correct.
go through it and they can just look into it.
Correct.
So it was an amazing experience to being hosted by my childhood friend. And let me tell you that we both are not even, I think, 500 meters away from each other, but we have not met for about a month or so, because right now
Yes.
I am into home quarantine and I will be meeting him in the next month. So hopefully next month also we'll be doing a session, but that would be not related to Amazon or FB ads, but it would be a general hi hello session to all of the people who are into DMP. So
Great. Great. Great.
this is something that I really enjoyed. And I hope that the people who asked questions and who were there have taken those values from me, and they would be able to execute in their particular businesses when they would be on Amazon. So let's see how it goes.
Great, great, awesome. I think it was great session, Prof. I think people have got a lot of value, and
Yeah,
it's okay. We have been here for 1 hour.
yeah,
That's a great 1 hour worth of value given to every
yeah,
DMP member. And thank you
yeah,
so much, everyone, for tuning in today. It's Sunday, and you tuned in today to get a lot of value from our beloved members, admins, and a lot of people. So thank you so much for this DMP live session. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back in some day or whenever we have some great guests, which are waiting for to be hosted. We would host them, and would
yeah,
bring a value to you.
yeah.
Thank you so much, and have a great day. Watch cricket,
have a
watch anything you.
have a great IPL match. Have a great
Yeah,
IPL match. Seeing with the background noise, with the fake background noise. Have a great time watching it. So
great.
we because IPL fever is on, and for the next 50 days, people would be going gaga, and not people. We are also the same people who would be going crazy about it. So we hope that
I'm not
you
a
all.
cricket fan though. I'm not a cricket fan though, but
But
I only
but you still sometimes watch it. But you still
I don't.
sometimes watch it.
I left that thing. I said I have
Okay,
to invest my time wisely because see now there's a double thing happening. People say they don't have time to learn something. They are unemployed, right? So
but they
you are
have time to, yeah, but they have time to
but
see the
they
match.
have time to watch IPL.
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
So
exactly.
that's the thing, man. That's the thing.
One of the reasons that we shifted this particular session to this time was because of the IPL thing. Because I think Karan got a lot of messages that the IPL is going on and we won't be able to attend at 9:30. So
Yeah.
one, as you said, that how I'll like to conclude it. So the conclusion is ready, I think, with me. So it would be that invest your time in the match and invest your time in working. Simple as that. Invest your time in working. So these both things you can be done simultaneously. You should also enjoy the match thing, and you should also enjoy the things that you are
But
working on.
if your life sucks right now, you don't have a job, you don't have anything. No,
You need to work on. You need to
you need
work
to
on.
work, buddy.
because
You
because because honestly, today, if we both are here, it is because of only the things that we have done. If you know, I would say that there is one of the things that digital Pratik always says, that he doesn't care if there are 10 or 7 or even one person listening to him. It is the value that he is providing, it is the work that he has done, that is why the people are listening to him. So you should always have that top priority. The top priority in your life should be the work that you are pouring in. The hurdles you will face, ये तो मतलब नॉर्मल वो डिफॉल्ट मोड वाली कहानियां हैं कि हर्डल्स भी फेस होंगे, फेलियर्स भी बहुत आएंगे, आनंद जैसे लोग भी खूब मिलेंगे. आनंद जैसे लोग भी, that story is a long one, so I don't think so Karan would like to cover it at this moment of time. So these would be the things, but always the top priority should be working. Because if you're working, the one thing that you will always see is that the happiness that your family members are getting, that the people around you are getting, is immense. It is much 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 more higher than the IPL match that you are watching. So you should also watch the IPL match, but also you should work, you should have that strategies in place. Because if you're not having those strategies, and during this COVID time, if you are just carelessly thinking that you will be carelessly sitting and thinking that you will be getting a job, so that's not practically possible. Because jobs at this moment of time are becoming very very extinct, like the dodo animal it was earlier. So you should always have that work instinct in yourself, and just keep hustling, and just keep having results for yourself. So this is the final concluding speech, and I would share the link, Karan, I think in this, or I should share it
Yeah,
with you, or
you can
you.
just comment on this video, live video, and then
Yeah.
just people will get it.
Yeah, okay. So I'll share the link at that point, and
Sure.
you know, and just keep hustling. This is the one thing that we can say. And if you liked our session, जैसे YouTube के हर वीडियो के एंड में कहते हैं कि लाइक कीजिए, कमेंट कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए. So वो share, you can't do the share thing, but you can like and comment, and you can just pour in the questions if you have any other questions. We tried to moreover cover the things that were initially in the Amazon part. And hopefully next time when I'll be having more experience, and I will be practicing more things, as the group name says, digital marketing practitioners. So when I'll be practicing more things, I will be able to share more things with you people. So it was a great time. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.